Hey, this is Scott Johnson with your inspirational thought for the day. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, click on the red button, the subscribe button here on YouTube. If you happen to be on Facebook, click and join my Facebook page at Grace Empowered Living. Today, I want to ask you a very important question. What is it that motivates you? In other words, what drives you? Maybe more importantly, what happened to my motivation that I once had? Well, the word in itself leads us to a very important question. The word motivation has within it a very important word, the word motive. So the question is, what is your motive? As a child, I can remember waking up on those early summer morning days ready to enjoy the day. You remember those? What was the motivation that we had? Well, for my brother and I, it was in that time to spend the entire day digging a deep hole in the back of our house. That's right. From early morning to late in the day, as the sun began to set, you could find us in the back of the house with shovels in hand, digging dirt shovel after dirt shovel. It took us about a week or more, but we finally achieved what we set out to do, and that was to dig the deepest hole possible, 7-8 feet deep, where we were eventually having to pull up buckets of dirt out one at a time. A few years later, the motive behind our motivation, it changed drastically. Now it was to see how we could skip middle school classes without getting caught, or how my brother and I could develop a system for sneaking into movie theaters without no one being the wiser. So I guess the story, or the lesson we can learn here, means that we can have selfish-based motives as well as selfless-based motives. One type of motivation describes a life that, for people, maybe we're coming from a place of a sense of emptiness, and the other may be from a place of fullness. For example, this cup of water that I have here, it's half full. I become aware of this in my own life, and now my motivation is to fill my cup up to the top. These are feelings of lack and emptiness that could be coming out of insecurities, wrong beliefs about where happiness comes from. The other example is about approaching life from a place of fullness, an awareness that I lack nothing. I have a full cup. Jesus calls it a well that springs up on the inside of a person that not only satisfies the thirst of the person, but then becomes a river or a fountain that never goes dry. You see, the thirst humanity has that comes from emptiness drives a person to continually seek to fill their cup using whatever they can get from other people's cups, right? This is the one reason why some people believe that we come into a marriage 50-50. I give half, you give half. You see, things like approval, love, affection, applause, they're all great things for us to experience, but they can also become a drug that chains us to the opinions of others. Not only was Jesus an example of a life that was based on selflessness, which really means his cup was full and complete, he gives us the same life that is full and running over, a sense of our own completeness and ownership where it concerns our life's journey here on earth. We now approach life and others very, very differently because we ourselves are full and running over. And now we have plenty to pour out into other people's lives. Let me ask you a question. Would you like to experience this in your own life in a greater degree? Let me invite you to contact us here at Grace Empowered Living. Let me help you get started on one of the most rewarding experiences you will ever have. I truly believe this message will take you from where you are to where you want to be. So for more consistent motivation, be sure to follow me on Facebook, YouTube, as well as our webpage at Grace Empowered Living. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week. And please do share this video for those you care about most.